In 1999, Dan Perisot's Galaxy Quest was fought out in cinemas. The US science fiction comedy had a budget of $45 million and made $90 million worldwide back. He is considered a moderate success and has a well-earned cult status, especially among Star Trek fans. It is also the only movie I have ever watched a second time in the cinema, right after I left the screening of Gladiator after 10 minutes. One of my infamous unwatchable Terrible 3, already explained in the second Star Wars special, Cub vs. Star Wars. If actually banned like other videos on CensorTube for bogus reasons, it maybe can be watched with VPN or with some luck on my Dailymotion channel, or with even more luck on BitChute, as usually linked on my 4 ScrewTube channels. The crew of the TV science fiction series Galaxy Quest, cancelled almost 20 years ago, is except for the arrogant lead actor dissatisfied with their fate, earning their money with small gigs and fan conventions. When the Termians, peaceful, scientifically gifted aliens, ask them for help against a tyrannical reptilian warrior race, the actors confuse it for just another gig. The Termians have a naive, childlike disposition and consider the TV series as historical documents, after whose optimistically positive example they have shaped their entire society. When the actors realize that this is deadly serious and not a game, they want to go back. But it is already too late.
Open up your heart, what do you feel? Open up your heart, what do you feel? Is it real?
Galaxy Quest is the perfect movie experience, and for me personally by far the best Star Trek movie of all times, since none of the official ones could capture the essence of the original TV series so well. It playfully keeps the balance between tragedy, comedy and action, and manages to entertain Trekkies as well as normies. The movie creates with interesting and believable characters a whole world, which makes fun of Star Trek but never copies it bluntly, so that even without any previous knowledge everybody is able to follow the plot.
The Big Bang may be a million years away, oh, but I can't think of a better time to say.
There are endless allusions and references to movie series and the science fiction genre in general. The first half is an extremely well done portrayal of disillusioned TV stars and often unrealistic expectations of fans. While the second half is, in my opinion, the Star Trek movie you always wanted to see on the big screen. In 2002 is Where No Fan Has Gone Before, the 11th episode of the 4th season Futurama. In the year 3000, all Star Trek has been banned from Earth because the Trekkies have mutated into a religious sect. Fry doesn't want to accept this and sets out with his friends to bring back his childhood idols. The episode with the voices of many Star Trek TOS actors is funny as hell and a must-see for every Star Trek fan.
Look inside, you'll find a deeper love. The kind that only comes from high above. If you ever meet your inner child, don't cry, no. Tell them everything is gonna be alright.
In 2017, the TV movie USS Callister is released as the first episode of the 4th season Black Mirror, the British anthology series from 2011 about the possible social effects of technological developments. Has so far 7 seasons with 3 to 6 independent, self-contained 45 to 90-minute episodes. Callister is the only so far that ever got a sequel. Programmer Robert Daly developed a successful multiplayer online game, but despite his talent, he has no friends and is not respected by his colleagues. In order to get his revenge, he creates creates digital clones of the other employees and inserts them into a game mod at home that resembles his favorite Star Trek-like series. There he tortures as captain of the USS Callista his crew, which had already given up all hope of rescue. This seems to change when the clone of your new colleague is determined to escape from the simulation at all costs. The episode quite rightly received several awards and much positive feedback. Even though Star Trek is the inspiring scenery, it's basically just a very interesting variation of the Twilight Zone episode It's a Good Life, in which a little boy terrorizes his family with his godlike powers. Already discussed in detail in the Joe Dante retrospective. In the sequel 2025 Into Infinity in Season 7 Episode 6, Robert Daly is dead and the Callista crew is stranded in an infinite virtual universe fighting for survival against 30 million players. To avoid having to constantly raid them for their credits, they decide to enter the heart of the game, where a copy of Daly, who's unaware of what's happening in the outside world, is supposed to help them. The heavily Galaxy Quest inspired Netflix movie is a bit weaker than the predecessor. All the white male characters got an unnecessary downgrade. But compared to other products since 2020, still kind of okay, I guess. And probably won't be able to save the series itself anyway. Which from Season 6 on, like all formerly successful franchises since 2020, got abandoned by the audience, also by me, since it threw its original concept for the message overboard and became unwatchably woke. And therefore, of course, no one voluntarily watches it anymore.
Children of the sky.
2017 till 2022 also sees the release of Seth MacFarlane's US science fiction comedy series The Orville, with 36 45 to 90-minute episodes in 3 seasons so far. The series is a Star Trek parody, TNG to be precise, but compared to the horrible official crap of the last years, Fake Trek, Discovery or Picard, it seems to be the only real Star Trek series we are getting these days.
Together now, unite and fight.
The real Star Trek fan, MacFarlane was able to get many former Star Trek employees in front and behind of the camera for The Orville, which is why the result is still bearable even for non-MacFarlane fans like me.
To the four corners of the world, sing it out, sing it loud and loud. World, hold on, sing it loud, sing it proud, everybody,
Many episodes are not afraid to deal with serious issues or to comment on current problems. Most of the time this happens so naturally integrated into the story that it's neither at the expense of the interesting plot nor the credibility of the well-written characters.
love and unity, everybody say.
The at first sometimes annoying silly humor is clearly reduced from Season 1 to Season 2, and some episodes like the two-parter Identity can easily keep up with TNG.
Answer